Can you guys hear us? Let me double check. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're good. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Talking Fair Sports. We're again finally brought back with Eric. I'm Nick. This is clearly Eric. This is Talking Interference Sports. If you are in the Everett area, go check out Tabby's Coffee at the Everett Library. Go to gcsn.com, check out all of their content. If you're watching us somewhere else, if you are watching us on Game Changer Sports Network, go watch Game Changer Sports Net, or go watch Talk Interference Sports on other platforms such as YouTube, and go like our channel. We have Twitch as well, but I did not start it this time. So go check out.
Anyway,
I could. Yes.
I don't know, but
go check out Talk Interference Sports. Go like our channel. Go like our page. And if you're not following us on Game Changer Sports Network, go follow Game Changer Sports Network. It's lagging up. Are we good? We good? The channel has frozen. There we go. All right. And so if I do have a weird Twitch, but
and you're right, it's not Irvin.
If you guys are also checking out anything, go check out Circus Monkey Sports, another part of the GCSN family. He's got a lot of good content and has been on Talk Interference Sports a couple times. So shout out Circus Monkey Sports. All right, so we last talked about week together. We talked about week 16. So we missed week 19 and we missed the wild card together. But you got to tell me this was not the outcome that you thought was going to happen. Looking at these matchups.
Look at these matchups. I've actually, having not really followed the Titans that much, I was a little surprised by that one. And I was surprised by the Saints losing to the Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with all of that. Even though as much as I've followed, the Titans, you know, we've talked about all season how they show up in games and they win games that they shouldn't. And the Patriots have been subpar Patriots this entire season.
Yeah, compared to what we're
Patriots
used to seeing
of the past.
Patriots, yeah.
So,
and I think Ryan Tannehill also kind of got maybe a little bit tarnished playing in Miami. You know, you're like, it's a garbage team. Well, yes, but not maybe necessarily because of him.
Well, and I think you got to look at it also in this perspective that how many times, even though he's playing for the Titans now, has Ryan Tannehill matched up against the Patriots, and that he knows the Patriots.
That's true.
And is able to tell the Titans, hey, this, and this. Because there was multiple times where Miami has beaten the Patriots. And
the last time they faced each other, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And this year, Miami was a garbage team. Well, they had, 3 wins?
Yeah.
4 wins?
Yep. And, you know, that's
and
just,
one of them was against the Patriots.
Somebody in that club knows something to at least make at least a football game interest.
At the beginning of the season, you and Sean laughed at me for picking Miami over the Patriots in one of these games. And I was like, trust me, that
I would never
that Boston, Florida matchup.
I would have never
thought that's a beater, man.
I agree with you. I would have never, though, honestly thought that Miami would have beaten New England in New England. Like, they always beat them in Miami. And they beat them in New England this time.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just like, if you looked at it, like, on paper, there's no reason that the Cardinals should have beat the Seahawks.
No. And that's what we've talked about on the show multiple times. Yeah. I always, every single time, even if the Rams are garbage, even if the Cardinals are garbage, I always am worrisome about when the Seahawks play them because of this divisional matchup. And they always end up, doing things to the Seahawks that they shouldn't, just as Miami does to New England. So I think that was a good, idea to think about Tannehill playing for the Titans and have played the Patriots as much as he has. And definitely was possible. And clearly it is because it happened. But I thought, I picked the Patriots at home in Gillette. Like, they have a really good record in the playoffs at home.
Yeah, and, 9 times out of 10, Tom Brady in the postseason.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you got to look at this.
As much as I don't want to.
Right. But, you got to be realistic about it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings and the Saints, gosh, the Saints tried to claw back, and it was just not enough. And the Vikings put on their clinic quick, and Dalvin Cook, was just running it. Geez, man, even the defense was getting to Drew Brees more than I was anticipating. So, that's awesome.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, the Vikings look like an entirely different team.
And it's awesome for Kirk Cousins because as much as flack as he was getting for his prime time appearances, man, this was really the time to show out, and boy, did he show out.
Unlike poor Carson Wentz.
I know. Carson Wentz went down again. Healthy all season.
Yeah.
First healthy all season. Pretty much all season, I'm pretty sure.
Was he?
I think he started every single game this season.
I thought he missed a week or two.
He might have, but in, all honesty, that's better than, tearing something in your shoulder or
that's true.
Hurting your back to the point where you're not able to play for, however long he was injured. But first week or first quarter of the game, and he's knocked out. And we're looking at Josh McCown. And, I got to tell you, looking at the stats of how well Josh McCown played against the Seahawks, I don't know that Carson Wentz would have
done much better,
honestly.
No, he actually played a good game.
Yeah, he started every single game this year.
Really? Oh, yeah. I thought he had been out for a week or two.
Nope, he started every game this year. Shocking. And now you got to step back as a football, outside looking, and look at Carson Wentz and say, is he so injury prone that did we make a mistake of leaving Nick Foles and sending him to the Jaguars?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think Carson Wentz is the better quarterback?
I was on the
and
fence
more healthy about it.
But he made it. Apparently, he made it all the way through the season, and he got taken out of this game not because he was so injury prone. It was the concussion protocol. And to address that, I didn't think that was a dirty or late hit. He was coming in committed, and he ducked at the wrong time and got popped.
These guys are playing physical sports.
Yeah,
and that happens. It's not like he drove with his head into the ground trying to drive him in.
It didn't.
At least that's not what I saw.
Yeah, looking at it, it didn't look like he tried to make a hit like that. It was just very, very poor timing for both of them.
Yeah.
So
you see all these death threats and things isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but he also apparently, I had forgotten about this, but took out Nick Foles the season prior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. I can look past that because people make mistakes, dude. And you got to look at Philadelphia, and I'm not talking bad about Philadelphia's fans here when I say this, but these are the people that also booed Santa Claus and threw snowballs at him. So in my opinion, you take it with a grain of salt and move on.
Yeah, or you can be an Oakland fan and stab people.
All right. What'd you think of that Seahawks-Eagles game? I thought the Seahawks really Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf were just clicking on all cylinders, man. It was quite the show, man. I'm really looking forward to this matchup here in Green Bay.
I'm very worried about that matchup there.
The Seahawks have not won a game in Lambeau Field since 1999.
Yeah.
1999. Take that into consideration.
Yeah.
We want the ball, and we're going to win. It's the only thing when I heard that they're going to Green Bay that popped in my head. We're going to get the ball, and we're going to win. That scares me. I know, man.
Yeah, but it's all right, man. We got a 33-year-old running back.
I always love these Green Bay and New York Seahawks matchups.
They're great.
I think this is the best rivalry that I've seen in between outside the division in my lifetime.
I like the Seattle Green Bay more than Seattle San Francisco.
And I like the Seattle San Francisco more just because you see them more often, and I feel like the stakes are always a lot higher. Though when you run into Green Bay,
I agree with that to an extent. I just feel like the games, other than the Thanksgiving game where Russell Wilson and Richard Sherman raiding turkey legs on the 50-yard line, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the better one, or the more exciting one for me, is against Green Bay. I love those games.
That NFC Conference Championship to go into the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Was the wildest game I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It was insane. I can't live up to that peak that happened, and that was against Green Bay. And that's why I always hold these Green Bay matchups as in such high standard.
Mm-hmm.
I've even made a trip from Kansas all the way up to Green Bay to see a Monday Night Football game with the Seahawks and Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, or the Ice Bowl, or there's so many games between these two teams that are like, but do you remember this?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
But do you remember
I even referenced the we're gonna get the ball and we're gonna score and we're gonna win.
I mean, it goes
it's
way back.
The Green Bay Seattle matchup is just so entertaining. Even when it's not supposed to be as entertaining as it is.
Yeah.
And man, I'm really looking forward to this matchup. We want to give me your thoughts. Let's move right into picking our divisional rounds.
Sure.
All right, so let's start with this one. Let's talk about this one. You gotta start by saying, by far, Green Bay's defense is a lot more established than Seattle's defense.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle's defense has the ability to do well, but oftentimes doesn't show out. And when it does, it does. But when it doesn't, it really doesn't.
But we got, 3 guys back on defense, and now they have another week of practice and resting, and you got another week of Lynch and Turbin getting used to the run game.
Quandre Diggs is back.
Mm-hmm.
Jadeveon Clowney was in the last game, but you could tell
he was a little reserved.
Right. Man, this is going to be one hell of a game. I hate picking against my Seahawks, but I just think that the Green Bay Packers are going to have the Seahawks' defense's number. The Seahawks' defense is ranked 26 on NFL.com. And on NFL.com, the Green Bay Packers are ranked 18th in offense.
And 18th in defense.
I think that jump from being 8th in defense
18th.
or 8th in offense up to 18th in defense is a little bit more foreshadowing, more than the 18th in offense and 26th in defense.
Yeah, I know I'm going to just, blow people's minds when I say this, but, if your defense is good enough to stop your offense.
Well, the Seahawks are ranked 4th in rushing, but that rushing game since Carson has gone down.
Yeah, Chris Carson.
Yeah, Chris Carson has gone down.
And Rashad Penny.
So
and
now we're looking at
CJ Procise.
Yeah, and we're looking at Robert Turbin.
A guy who's
Marshawn Lynch. And I'm not disparaging Travis Homer in any regards. He's been looking pretty good as the replacement, but he's no Chris Carson. He's no Chris Carson.
As a rookie who hasn't took a snap, and the fact that he can also catch the ball too.
Yeah, he's been impressive to me.
I mean, I'm saying,
but they're not. Those running backs do not put the Seahawks 4th in rushing. It was Chris Carson, CJ Procise, and Rashad Penny that did all the heavy lifting. It was
Chris Carson and Rashad Penny.
Yeah. Realistically, yes. But I don't think the run game is going to get established, and that's going to be a huge, huge detriment to the Seahawks' offense.
I don't know, man. I mean, looking at the last 2 weeks, I mean, it's more than just a name. You can't deny Marshawn Lynch is a force. I mean, he isn't.
I'm really only seeing red goal scoring or 1 yard, 2 yard line touchdown scoring from him. Everybody's talking about, Marshawn Lynch is doing this. Marshawn Lynch is doing that.
What about
He might have had a 20-yard run.
He's had at least one in each game.
I think he had 11 yards the last game.
He had more than that.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think he had 11 yards.
I might be thinking about San Francisco
in this game.
But even at that, he's a 33-year-old running back.
I'm not taking away from that.
You're going to put him in as your third down back.
I agree with that.
The guy you're going to put in to get 2, 3, 4 yards.
I agree with that. And I'm not disagreeing with that at all. What I'm saying is when you tell me Marshawn Lynch is a huge factor, he had 7 yards. He had 7 yards and 1 touchdown. Okay? Marshawn Lynch is not a get a 20 carries a game running back anymore now. And you can't rely on Marshawn. He's good in the red zone, and he's good for that third down conversion if you're maybe in 5 yards. Maybe less than that. I love Marshawn Lynch,
but
I don't want to talk bad about it. I'm okay with that too. But what I'm saying is you're with 12 yards from Travis Homer with 11 carries against the Philadelphia Eagles, the Packers are going to give the Seahawks some issues in the run game. Green Bay, worst team in the NFL against the deep ball. Seattle throws the deep ball almost more than anyone. Let's go. Cameron, I really hope that you're right. I'm really agreeing with you. I think that is totally possible, but the Seahawks always have been an run-established team. And when you go back and look at the season before, why everybody got mad about the Dallas Cowboys and Seahawks game in the playoffs, it was because they went run, 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 punt. Run, 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 punt. They might change it up this time because people got so frustrated and they want to win. I get that. But the issue is Green Bay's defense is a lot better than the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
But are they – because they don't break it down, though.
I'm not going to tell you that DK Metcalf is going to save them in the long game because this entire season, DK Metcalf has dropped balls. Realistically.
Yeah, oh, he has. But, I mean, you also have – back there as your deep threat, you don't just have one.
No. You got Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, you got Tyler Lockett, too.
But I'm not throwing a deep ball to Moore. I'm not. Maybe Hollister is good for like the short game, and they always thought. I don't think I've seen Moore or Hollister catch a ball that was thrown more than 10 yards. They get the yards after catch.
That's fine too.
I'm okay with that. When we're talking about the deep ball game, you're only really looking at DK Metcalf, who has dropped a lot of passes. I love DK Metcalf. He did really good last game.
A lot of those passes he's dropped, though, have been rushed and not super accurate passes, too.
We could discuss that, but I'm not going to argue.
There are examples on both sides.
I'm not going to argue that because I don't think we'll go anywhere with that, but I see your point. All I'm saying is the Seahawks established a decent run game. It wasn't great, but you knew they were running the ball, and they ran the ball at the time when they needed to get the first down against the Eagles. Maybe I was watching a different game than you guys were. I don't know. All I'm saying is if that run game doesn't get established against the Packers, there's going to be some problems. And that's why I'm picking the Packers on this one.
I think it will get established because when you just look at this is the whatever ranked defense, you're not seeing what they're best at defending.
Right.
Like some teams are super good against the run. Some teams have amazing, pass protection or pass blocking, whatever. Apparently, Philadelphia was pretty good at the run defense, and obviously you see that by the quarterback getting 45 yards and being the rushing leader.
Yeah.
Is the Green Bay defense set up that way? I don't know. I haven't watched the Packers play all year. Honestly, I haven't seen a single game. Just the highlights.
So who are you picking in this one then?
No, I'm going with Seattle.
I like it. I hope so. I like it. Let's go and look at the first Saturday game. Be the 49ers and the Vikings. And we all counted the Vikings out last week. I sure as hell wasn't going to pick the Vikings over the Saints.
Nope.
And I'm not going to pick the Vikings over the 49ers either.
No.
I think the 49ers are a better team than the Saints were. You don't think so?
I think it would be close. That would have been a good game.
I don't know.
No,
are you going to tell me that you think Minnesota is going to go on the road in two?
No, I don't. They're not going to stand a snowball's chance in hell against the 49ers.
No, I don't think so either.
But on the
San Francisco 49ers have.
I don't think the Vikings were so much of a better team than the Saints that would warrant saying, oh, they beat the Saints.
They're a better team.
That the 49ers would just stomp on the Saints. I would not say that at all.
The Saints, I think, seeding-wise, would have gone to Green Bay. But I don't think that matters at this point.
Yeah, they would have gone to Green Bay, and Seattle would have gone to San Francisco.
Yeah. I wouldn't have picked the Saints over the 49ers either. I think the 49ers are going to probably be the ones in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. So I don't think there's a team in the NFC right now that are going to beat the 49ers. You think the Vikings are going to beat them?
No.
Do you think the Packers will beat them?
If they beat the Seahawks, yeah.
You think the Seahawks will beat them?
They could.
They all could beat the 49ers, but realistically, I just don't see it. Let's see. Go Chiefs. How about those Chiefs? Gary, hey, man, it's been a while. I like it.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Gary? I like it. Good seeing you, Gary. Thanks for joining us. We're talking NFC at the moment, but I'm going to be straight up, and I'm picking the 49ers. I think there's too many offensive weapons for the 49ers. And boy, that defense for the 49ers, they just demolish people with the sacks. If Dalvin Cook gets the ball and just runs through them and doesn't have issues with that, maybe they'll win. And I could see that happening. That's possible. But if I'm a betting man, and sometimes I am, I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah, I'll only gamble with my life, no amount of money.
Yep.
But
All
yeah,
right.
I'm taking the 49ers too on that one. I think that's
Pretty safe bet.
I would think so, just like this one.
All right, well, since Gary's around, we'll talk about the Chiefs and the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans clawed their way back from a 16-point deficit against the Bills. Man, the Bills should have had this one and closed it out. I feel bad for you Bills fans out there. I do. I hated to watch that game as a Bills fan. But as an outside fan,
Yeah,
I really enjoyed watching that game. It was fun to watch.
well, you can't be that upset because your quarterback played a terrible second half.
Oh, God, it was so bad.
And, yeah, got a little bit of pressure and just fell
Crumbled.
apart.
Crumbled.
I mean,
Crumbled under the pressure.
He came down like the Berlin Wall. It was awful.
He crumbled. He crumbled under the pressure.
Yeah, all I've heard all season from all my friends that are Bill fans, oh, Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that. Nothing.
The turning point in that game was J.J. Watt getting that sack.
That
And the
was
momentum,
the
momentum was right here, and it just went boom,
Boom!
and spun
Yep.
all the way around,
Totally agree.
and it was over.
And then Merciless getting that strip.
Oh yeah. It was
And
that was just salt on the wound.
Yeah, that was like, oh, you like that? Oh, how about a little bit of this right here?
Man, this is gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, as soon as he got that strip, I was like, Texans won.
Yeah. Man, this is going to be a fun game. The Chiefs have some pretty good offensive weapons. Patrick Mahomes, don't ever count him out. He's the man. Geez. This is going to be a crazy one. I actually really, really am excited about this one. I don't know who to pick. I really want to pick the Chiefs, but I feel like the Houston Texans are fighting with their lives, and they know it. They really, really know it. Like the way that they were down 16 points last week.
And you got you got.
They have all of the weapons.
You got Watts on defense. You got
Fuller,
DeAndre Hopkins.
You
got Chubb. You got Duke
Chubb's
Johnson.
Duke Johnson. No. Yeah, Duke Johnson. Chubb's on the Browns.
No,
but
he got traded.
No, you're confusing it. Nick Chubb plays for the Browns.
They were just talking about.
No, sir.
Who's the other running back? Because Duke Johnson is not their starting running back.
I'll show you here, bro. It's okay. Give us 1 second. It's okay. The Texans have a lot of capability of being able to beat the Chiefs, but I just can't see it happening.
Oh, Carlos Hyde. That's it.
I can't see it happening.
My mistake.
I can't see it happening just because of Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to be your X factor here. If Patrick Mahomes comes out and plays the way that we all know that he can play, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be easy peasy, walking down the street, lighting up a cigarette, finishing that, and being done. But the Houston Texans,
I'm not sure it's going to be that easy,
but if the Houston Texans bring the fire on defense that they brought in the second half of that Bills game, The Chiefs need to get established early, and that's what I'm trying to get at.
For sure.
Chiefs get established early, this is done. This is easy. If they don't, this is going to be problematic for them, and the Texans walk away with a win. But I don't think that's going to happen. The Chiefs will win this one. Who do you got? Tell me why.
Well, I got the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs?
No, I already knew that.
Okay.
My money's on the Chiefs, but
Tell me why.
I don't see the Texans going into Kansas City and beating the Chiefs.
Okay. All right.
I mean, same way I do not see the Titans going into Baltimore and beating the Ravens.
Why not?
Because they just aren't that good, and the Ravens are. And the Ravens aren't going to lose at home after a bye.
You don't think that there's that?
Nope, I don't.
Okay. All right.
If I'm putting money down, I'm putting her on the Ravens.
You sound so confident. Do you think the Ravens are the ones to win the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but they're going to the Super Bowl.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then, if you're picking the Chiefs to win and you're picking the Ravens to win, and I don't see you in between the AFC Championship, you're taking the Ravens?
In the AFC Championship?
Yep.
Between the Chiefs and the Ravens?
Yep.
Taking the Ravens.
Okay. So you got the 49ers.
Yep.
You got the Ravens.
Yep.
You got the Chiefs. And you got the Seahawks.
Yep.
The Seahawks and the 49ers meet up. Who do you got winning? I'm pretty sure if they play, the Seahawks get home field advantage. No.
It'll be in San Francisco.
Okay.
If the Vikings beat the 49ers, then that game would be in Seattle.
You're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was wrong about Nick Chubb. Damn.
Seahawks 49ers matchup.
I could see it going either way, honestly.
That one's a throw up, and I really, really, really want to watch it, and I really hope it happens.
I do too.
I just don't see the Seahawks making it out of Lambeau this week.
I don't either. My gut instinct is that it's going to be a San Francisco Ravens Super Bowl, and I'm going to put my money on the Ravens in that one.
Okay. I like it. All right. Well, Vikings had a good chance to beat the 49ers. This will be the win over there. Again, coming to Arrowhead. Very healthy Kansas City team. Not to mention, I would say number one defense in the NFL for the last 5 weeks. Oh, I had that stat right. Go Chiefs. I don't have a lot of stats right. I'm constantly wrong, so don't worry about it. Go Seahawks. I really hope the Seahawks – Isaac, I really hope the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. I think there's just a lot of better teams out there right now, buddy. LOL, Baltimore isn't going to the Super Bowl. I hope you're right. I would really like to see Patrick Mahomes win or at least go to a Super Bowl.
Well, he's going to go to the Super Bowl, but it's not going to be this year.
Probably not this year. I'll take the Seahawks on the Green Bay game. Okay, well, I like it. I think that's a wrap for us tonight. Guys, stay safe out there. Outside of all of the political stuff, guys, please enjoy whatever's going on. Take a minute and sit down and actually watch some stuff and escape all the craziness in our lives right now. Go check out Talk Interference Sports if you're watching us on Game Changer Sports Network. Watch some of our old stuff. We got a lot of cool things where we're talking to Brett Boone and Kevin Flynn, a manager for the Seattle Seawolves rugby team. Escape this craziness that's going on in our lives right now. Go enjoy things that you guys like watching, like sports talk, like you're watching right now.
Or just us making fools of ourselves.
Exactly.
Because we do that quite a bit.
So if you want to escape from all the craziness, we're right here. We're on Game Changer Sports Network. We've got weeks and weeks and weeks of content. Go to my YouTube channel, Richter Shoe Entertainment. I've got a bunch of our videos up there. We talked to Brett Boone, JJ Putz, Robbie Tobeck,
that was a
Ray
interview.
Barkwell, Kevin Flynn. We've even talked to an Olympic athlete. Her name is Bree Schaff.
Schaff.
She's an Olympic bobsledder. Go check her out.
Man, that was cool.
That was super cool. One of the coolest interviews that we've done. They're all cool, but that one was very, very eye-opening to a perspective that I've never really taken a second to look at. Guys, take a moment to really enjoy the sports and go and check out what we've done here. We're having a good time here, and go and support Game Changer Sports Network. Go and support Talk Interference Sports. Go support Circus Monkey Sports. If you're in the Everett area, go to Tabby's Coffee. And if you're buying tickets to any of these professional athletes playing and you want to go watch them, use SeatGeek.com. Promo code GCSN. Get $20 off your purchase. And that's a wrap for us.
And also, if you have a cyst, smash it on something hard, and it'll dissipate.
That's good advice.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. And
spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, take it easy. Let's read these comments real quick. Where do you see Brady going? Brady. Brady thing.
Ironically, Miami.
Miami. You think so? I don't know, man.
Man,
I'm convinced he's gonna retire. I know he's saying that he's gonna retire, but I'm not convinced.
I don't know. I think we're gonna watch him do the same thing Brett Favre did. Honestly,
maybe. I don't know. I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to it.
I hope he just is like, you know what, I'm gonna retire as a Patriot and leave it intact and just go out with glory.
Yep.
But
all right, guys.
I don't see it happening.
All right, guys. Check us out next week. I actually have some more episodes where I talk to a couple fans of Green Bay and a Vikings fan later. And that'll happen later this week, so go and check that out. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for more videos from Talk Interference Sports.
And in 5 more episodes, we're going to have a party.
Oh, yeah. We're 5 away from the Rager. All right, guys.
No
take
sports
it easy.
will be talked. Just
join us on Talk Interference Sports, not Game Changer Sports Network. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.